Hey DAI, I saw your video this morning. You mentioned you needed to put a couple miles an hour on your son's fastball still. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna shoot a little advice video for you and your son. Number one, for all you do for the XRP community and for Ripple, you're awesome. And for your son, because I played some college baseball and I wish I would have known then what I know now. So I've recently shot a few snippets of video for somebody with a shoulder issue related to shoulder therapy, rehab, but all of what I'm including is going to apply directly to your son, the strength, mobility, flexibility, and the integrity of the shoulder capsule, and all the shoulder muscles, rotator cuff, outside, inside, and even the connective tissue. I can't stress that enough. The connective tissue, it's going to get stronger. So for right now, two basic things that I think can put a couple miles an hour on his fastball. So again, the shoulder, strength, stability, flexibility, strength, connective tissue. So watch the video about that. There's a few movements that are really simple. And then pushing off the mound, lunges, the glute muscles is something that made a dramatic difference in my performance. Glutes, he may be doing a lot in the weight room. Watch this, and it's probably different, and including lunges and developing glute muscles and the strength for the push-off. It's probably a little different. There's lots of different ways to do lunges, so take a look. And I hope it helps, and I explain more in the videos. You didn't have lots of bands and all that, so maybe you can configure something that will do the trick. All we're trying to do is get opposite, crisscrossed, so that you're sort of hugging yourself. Again, I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to grab opposite, crisscross, and doesn't matter which way, just whatever way is comfortable, over, under. And then you're going to lean into it. I've had clients do it standing because of their back, but I like to bend over and sort of load and stretch a little bit, hamstrings and glutes and even lumbar stretches. But the main thing that we're trying to do is just be symmetrical and stable, and then hugging under load. So basically, you think about hugging yourself or letting go and letting this stretch. And it's an extreme stretch, which is why we're going to start light and we're going to try to let it stretch us, but we're going to be careful engaging the muscle. It's just almost like an isometric contraction, but we're going to move a little bit. We're just going to move, we're going to engage the muscle, tighten up, and it's going to move. Our hands and arms are going to move a little bit, so you'll see again. But it's like hugging yourself, but it's going to be crisscrossed, loaded, pulling on us, and then it's going to be engaging out of it and just pulling a little bit. But because of the extreme stretch position, we're not going to do like a rear delt move, not at all. This is, in addition to our rear delt move, this is an extreme stretch position which you will not be able to do the rest of that movement, because in a stretch position, in that extreme position, we're able to load like crazy, way heavier than we would be able to do any rear delt movement. So it's giving us the rest of the range of motion, extreme loaded stretch, and just engaging out of it. Once you get used to it by practicing that movement, and so a set will be, do whatever feels, like 5 reps, 10 reps, 20 reps, probably around 10 reps. But just think of it as practice, engage, sync up. Do you feel like, okay, yeah, I got it, that was good. And then maybe rest and do a second set. That's all I do. And once you get used to that, once you adapt to the initial weight, whatever light weight, and maybe go up a notch or two, a plate or two, you will start to notice structural integrity, stability, and strength in the whole shoulder capsule. The same thing with the winging with dumbbells. Once you adapt to that initial weight, you will start to notice an improvement in control and stability and strength. So I'm going to show you now. So again, this is with this equipment, and hopefully, I'd imagine if you had poles far enough away and bands that you could do the same thing, but not as good as this. So, I'm going to grab one, walk over. I've got a decent bit of weight on here. Again, you're going to start light and make sure it all feels good. And so, now I'm wide stance, sitting into it, bending over now. So now my arms, my hands are down in line with the movement of these across from each other. And now I'm going to stretch. I'm going to sit and stretch. And I'm just going to kind of bend over and lean, and I'm stretching my back right now. I'm sitting in, feeling my hamstrings a little bit and letting these go and stretching. And now I feel like, okay, now I'm stretched and I'm feel comfortable in this position. Now I'm going to start working a little bit by engaging. So I'm going to just squeeze a little bit and tighten up a little bit. And now I'm maybe going to, it's not quite a pull. I'm dragging. I'm tightening up my shoulders and I'm dragging maybe my elbows a little bit, right? So it's just a very short movement out of this extreme stretch. And so however many reps I've just done, 8 or whatever, now I feel like I've recruited muscle, I feel good. I'll do another set and heavier, but that was enough to be that initial engagement and muscle recruitment and stretched out, and this feels good now. So go by feel and do what feels good, practice the movement, get used to it, and you'll start to get stronger. All right, and this is the reverse angle, just so you can see more of the shoulder action from the front. Okay, so rotational movement for shoulders. So from the front, it looks a little bit, so this is my normal starting bench press position. I'm at an angle, you'll see from the other side, this bench angle is pretty low. It's the lowest setting other than flat, so it's the lowest incline. If we're up at a regular incline bench press angle, you can't really do it very comfortably with the shoulder. This is very comfortable, and as you get used to it, it's going to feel really good. So this is our normal bench press, where I come down deep and feel a stretch, lift the chest. But that's not what we're doing on this. I just want to show you that I'm in this down position, this loaded position, stretched out. Then what I'm going to do, the magic is this movement, just winging. And from the front, it looks like I'm moving these up as I wing. I'm not trying to move them up. All I'm doing is winging my elbows out and up, sort of out up to my ears a little bit. And my hands and everything are just rotating with it, right? All I'm doing is supporting the weight and winging my elbows out and supporting and coming out here and just stopping wherever it feels like I should stop. And I don't bring them all the way into my sides, and I don't bring them all the way up to an exaggerated degree. So here I am, and my normal set would be come down into position. So from here, come into position, get stretched, feel stable, wing up, back and forth, up and down, maybe 5 times. And then I will do low rep, regular rep, and maybe one more time. Just stretch out and fire the muscle. But again, and that would be that, but again, the whole set is get into stretch position, bench press, loaded stretch position, wing up, back and forth, up and down, just in the range of motion for my elbows in that whatever angle feels good. Do about 3 to 5 reps, and that's it.
Like start making like animation of it. It's like I found out in your 5th year. You talked about this. Pages. So like